And there's a lot of inspiration that can come from radio. There's a lot of inspiration that can come through music and sports talk and the whole 9 yards. And when you turn on the radio, even when you're just sitting on a beach in Blue Point, Long Island, New York, which I didn't know until 20 minutes ago that you were from there.
Born
I
there.
had no idea you were born in Blue Point. No idea until 20 minutes ago. So
I was baptized at Our Lady Snow.
We're gonna have a great conversation. We're having a great time. I can sit at a Blue Point fishing pier, right down the road of Blue Point Avenue, and I could sit there and look at the water, just turn on the radio, turn on a Bluetooth speaker, play some music, and just kick back and relax with a cigar and a breakfast sandwich, and just kick back and enjoy life. And it feels like that in today's world. From the 20,000-foot view, it may seem differently, but from a 20-foot view, it seems like a lot of people aren't enjoying life, just learning to enjoy life. That feeling doesn't seem to exist from a 20-foot view. Now, 20,000-foot view, different.
I've heard songs for the first time there. I remember, your friends. We would gather there. When you face the Blue Point fishing pier, to the right is that small private beach that nobody knows about. Yep. And if anybody is watching that doesn't know about the beach, it's terrible, it's awful, don't go there. But no, it's one of the most coolest, serene places on earth. And I remember sitting with my friends in the middle of the night with the radio, sitting around it, hearing new music for the first time, because at 2 a.m, they don't care what they play. So it's one of those, the beach is definitely one of those places where you could find discovery, whether it's about yourself, whether it's about people watching, whether it's about, music, because you got your radio next to you. It's, to me, one of the best things that we have on this island is the fact that we're by water, and there's beaches everywhere.
Oh, yeah. My fiance doesn't get it. She goes, why you just go to the beach all the time? I go, you ever just sat out there on the water in your car or on the dock at 5 o'clock in the morning? Nothing's out there.
Yeah.
The water's flat. The sun is just getting up, and it's quiet. And you just have your thoughts to yourself.
Do you know anything? And I think about this a lot when I'm there because it baffles me. When you're driving down Blue Point Avenue, the last house on the left before you get into the parking lot is this tiny shed-looking house.
Yes, I've talked to her about this, and she goes, how high do you think the taxes are in that house? I go, I don't want to know, and nor do I care.
Because I don't think I could turn sideways in that house, but it's oceanside or waterfront or whatever you call it. I'm like, that house still has to be at least $500,000, if not more.
Has to be. One of the great mysteries of living here, or of living in that area, is who lives there.
Yeah, I want to know who lives there. If anybody can answer this, it would be one of the greatest mysteries in the world unlocked. And I don't think I have to think about anything again for the rest of my life.
I just don't need to think about anything else. Just who lives in that house? Who lives there?
It is, for anyone who doesn't know it, when I say it's the size of a broom closet, it's not an exaggeration. It is the most narrow. It's tall, but it's narrow.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It's like
Does someone rent it? Does someone rent the house for the summer and then sell it up for the winter and like the fall or whatever? Like, what do you do? Like, how do you live in that house? How?
Yeah, it's definitely a Long Island thing. But.
Oh my God. Like, people don't understand. It's like, yeah, you live in a tiny ass house in the middle of Blue Point, Long Island. It's just a closet. Oh my God. It's unbelievable. I mean, what was your growing up, being born in Blue Point and being from that area? There are certain parts of that area that you can go drive through, and that each area tells its own story. It really does, doesn't it?
Sayville at Christmas time is probably one of the most beautiful sights that you can experience. And it's right on the road. You just, from Blue Point, you just head west a little bit. And all of a sudden there's a line and it turns into this winter wonderland because they have the garland stretched across the street on both sides of the telephone poles. And right, it's a bell, it's a snowflake, it's like each strand of garland has like its own symbol in the middle. And at least that's the way it was when I was a kid. I don't know if it's still the same, but a few years ago it seemed that way. And as a child, there was this little makeshift, it was almost like the size of like 2 porta potties put together. And it was draped in garland. Now, this might be before your time. You would go up a little staircase and Santa would be in there. And you'd sit on his lap and you tell him everything you want. And I still never got the Air Jammer Volkswagen or the G.I. Joe Hovercraft. So there's that. But it was just a part of the experience in Sayville. Santa was just on the side of Montauk Highway. And it was like his house.
Awesome. Sayville to me, if anyone says that, like, yeah, Sayville has nothing to do, they're lying. They're absolutely lying. There's stuff to do. I remember there was a comic book store right down Railroad Avenue. I believe it's still there. I'm not 100% sure, or they moved.
There was a guy named, I think his name was Tim, and he was south of Montauk Highway. As a matter of fact, and Jesus Christ, I just realized this now. I teach a tarot card class at Moonspell Garden in Sayville.
We'll get to that, definitely.
But that room was the comic book store.
Wow.
Just remember that now. If you just go north on Railroad, which becomes Lakeland, on the right is a comic book store now, and it's a great place, and those guys are really nice. But holy crap, the comic book store my mother took me to as a kid.
Wow.
Is Moonspell Garden. But yeah, you're right. They're lying. There's a million things to do there. You got 2 Italian ice places. You've got tons of restaurants.
A $5 ticket for movies?
There's that movie theater is awesome. The Sayville movie theater.
Thank you. You're on. Thank you. We went to go see, what did we go see? I think it was Moana 2. And she goes, this movie theater is a little sticky. I go, that's the point.
Yep.
That's the point.
Yep.
It's $7 a ticket. You get jumbo popcorn and a large drink, free refills on both of them. It's awesome. You can't have that anymore.
It feels like it did when you were a kid. And most of Sayville is still set up that way. There really aren't a lot of corporate stores. Almost everything is mom and pop. Yeah, Hammer and Stain, where you could do it yourself hobbies, woodworking and painting and things like that.
Yeah.
You've got the 2 shoe stores. There's Stride Right, and then there's the running store.
Yep.
Where they actually still have the metal measurement for your foot.
Wow.
You stick your foot in that giant contraption. There are elements to places like Blue Point and Sayville that you're not going to get. I mean, even here in Huntington, it's very mom and pop oriented, but it's also very city-like, where Sayville and Blue Point are still very suburban.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love that, though.
For a Suffolk County kid, that's what I want.